caught up with world champion bodyboarder Mike Stewart and world-renowned body surfer Mark Cunningham at the 5th Annual Honolulu Surf Film Festival and had them interview each other about the ocean and their participation in Keith Malloy's film Come Hell or High Water.
You know, Come Hell or High Water is a really unique story. You're going to see it on film here. And as I said, we're going to have all those guys and the gals come up here on the stage for a panel discussion after the film, so stick around for that.
Mark, I enjoyed the part where you were holding the camera and giving us the bird's eye view.
Mike.
Is that Mike? Oh, sorry, I thought it was Mark. But I did want to know, at Tiahuanaco, how did you keep all the board surfers on the water that day?
You know, it was really cool. Well, Raymana to begin with, you stay with Raymana, who's like, he's the royalty down there for that spot in that little area. But I have to say, Jamie O'Brien was down there with the Red Bull crew, and I think just out of his pure respect for Mark, I mean, they just left, and otherwise we would have been a crowd, but we had it pretty much to ourselves, and I think it's just kind of a testament to Mark's stature in the sport and in surfing that he had that much respect. The guy just packed up and left. I was like, yeah, who's the right guy?
I got an old man, I got to put on my glasses. We're here at the Honolulu Art Academy, or is it the Honolulu Museum of Art? And I would sincerely like to thank members of the Academy. I wanted to say that tonight, but I didn't get a chance. Okay, but I'm here with my dear friend Mike Stewart, world's greatest bodyboarder, world's greatest body surfer, and a dear friend of mine.
So I'm here with the one and only Mark Cunningham.
The most unusual place I've ever body surfed? Wow, what a great question. I'll say La Punta at Puerto Escondido, instead of in the shore break out at the point where I got one of the longest rides of my life. So I'll say La Punta at Puerto Escondido.
Probably the most unusual place was Norway in the Schlitterbahn. Yeah, that was actually pretty cool. We're on a flow rider in Norway.
It's an artificial wave.
I don't know if you'd really qualify it as body surfing, but it was epic fun, just in the middle of Norway. And we did it at odd times. Sometimes like late at night when it was still light, you could be out at 10 o'clock at night and the sun was still up, so you could.
You went there with the intention to bodyboard, which I'm sure you did, but you also ditched the board and body surfed this artificial wave.
Yeah, you could body surf and do a couple new moves like the angry cockroach on your back. You know what the?
I've heard of the angry cockroach.
Okay, how did you originally get involved with Keith Malloy?
You know, he and his brothers came to the North Shore for many, many winters, and as professional surfers, and they more than most would leave their boards on the beach and go for a swim. And Keith, just maybe loved it a little bit more than his two other brothers and said, we got to make a movie. And we had said that and talked about it and dreamt about it for years. And finally, a couple of years ago, he rounded up the resources and pulled the trigger, and away we went. So thank you, Keith.
And I'd done some filming before, some POV filming, and I think I showed it to Dan or Chris, and then they got to talking, and then so that's kind of how I got involved to do some filming for them, and then with Thomas Campbell and stuff. And yeah, just like you said, I was super honored that to be involved with anything that those guys do, because they're solid people.
How do you set your frame of mind to share waves with bodyboarders and surfers?
Well, I think for me, I have to be more, I got to be a little more thoughtful on, if there is a crowded lineup, you just have to be thoughtful on who's out and where they are and what they're doing, and try to position yourself in a way that you can take advantage of being a body surfer, if you're body surfing, or being a bodyboarder or a surfer. So you just want to position yourself in the lineup, particular for whatever the discipline that you're doing is.
That's fantastic. That was the glass half full answer, where you can position yourself as a body surfer where you can't as a bodyboarder or board surfer. Cool. Just through experience from having done it my whole life, and from realizing no one really has priority or owns the lineup. I know with their flotation and mobility, they can cover much more ground than people can swimming. And so they have a lot more speed and momentum than body surfers do, and they cover more ground. And so I just swim out into a lineup knowing that I'm going to be sort of third fiddle. I'll be getting scraps that get past them. And so I go out there with not great expectations and a lot of patience and humility. And I try to be like Bo King and come out of the water laughing and smiling.
Epic. Okay, let's see. Has being in this movie given you any recognition when you show up at a new surf spot?
It really has. It's amazing how many people watch surf movies and DVDs. I received, as I'm sure you have, Mike, a fair amount of recognition from my appearances and Sprout and Broke Down Melody. It's amazing how many people reference those sequences and saying it's, a favorite movie, or, they really enjoy that part of the movie. So I'm real appreciative of the Malloy brothers and Thomas Campbell for including myself and body surfing in their movies and sharing that with the general public. And I'm very blown away by the response that Come Hell or High Water has received, and what a wide audience it is reaching out to, how many people are seeing it and appreciating it. So it's getting a little harder to be anonymous at the beach.
That's cool.
But are there any new surf spots for you anymore?
Definitely new surf spots for sure. And like you said, even the Malloy's movies and stuff have been like that. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool that, and I also see body surfers coming out of the woodworks. Like recently I was in Brazil, and guys were coming out of the woodworks, and it was like, wow, it was like this other brotherhood, going on. It was really, really good to experience.
I felt that too. That's a good question. No, I think Mike, I don't know if Pipeline Posse exists anymore. I don't know how formal that is. The Hui certainly exists. I was a member of the Hui many, many years ago, and I hope I'm still a member in good standing. And I hope I'm in there with the Pipeline Posse. I know this guy is. He should be the sheriff.
No, not even, man. I would think that Mark would for sure be in there because he's been out there probably longer than most of those guys been alive. And I'm almost reaching that point myself, but Mark is definitely a senior to me there. And everyone has the utmost respect for Mark anywhere he goes, but Pipeline in particular, he's got a piece of real estate out there for sure.
Aloha, and if you get the chance, I hope you'll see our movie, Come Hell or High Water, the plight of the torpedo people. Torpedo this guy.
Oh!